It was not a matter of if, but a question of when. I knew that he would get around to it when he could. Let's go to Raider Mike. Mike, Happy New Year, brother. What's up?
Hey, thanks, Van Smack. And again, thanks for taking the phone call. Appreciate you putting me up. Jim, here we go again. Another playoff season starting, and Raider Nation is doing its grubby-faced kid routine up against the candy store window, watching the other mutt teams in the playoffs. And right now, it's obvious. 2021 and all those close wins that we had were a fluke. This team was never one player away. Again, we've talked about this in the last 7 drafts. Van Smack, the Raiders have had 9 number 1 picks and 5 number 2 picks. And of those 14 players, 4 are still on the roster, and only 2 are key players, Colton Miller and Josh Jacobs. This team is a mess. But calling for Josh McDaniels' job, man, that's like rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic while the orchestra plays. I mean, they've got to draft better. But here's what you should know about Josh McDaniels. I'll tell you this. Final score aside Saturday, the Raider offense, they moved the ball up and down the field against the Chiefs. They shot themselves in the foot, but they controlled that ball for 34 minutes, and they converted 8 of 16 third downs. You know, this was after it put up 500 yards against Frisco the week before, the number 1 freaking defense in the league. And James Jones, Van Smack, he was on the postgame show, and he said that if the offense had showed that kind of life for the entire season, the Raiders would be in the playoffs right now, defense or not. And this kid Stidham, man, he came out of nowhere, but he stood in the pocket. He showed a lot of the things that we've been begging from Derek Carr for 9 seasons. And he might not be the guy, Jim, but Josh McDaniels is. You know, you can't keep running coaches. That is ruinous for a football team. But better yet, we're in the AFC West with Mahomes and Herbert and probably Sean Payton now. You can have the 85 Bears on defense, but you got to be able to score points. You know, our coach, he took a lot of heat for that 5-game slide. You know, the second half leads, the double-digit leads blown. But the Raider offense under Derek Carr in the second half of those games was pathetic. 10 punts, 11 3-and-outs, 7 turnovers to include 2 pick-sixes back to the house, 3 field goals, and they scored 2 TDs. Only an idiot or a DC fanboy would sit there and blame the play calling for that. Even Lombardi couldn't have won. You know, you better believe it, Van Smack. I'm not here to praise Derek Carr's 9-year Raider career. I'm here to bury it. Now, I'll be in SoCal next week, and I'm coming home, Van Smack, to see the Pops. Got to hook up with Silk Bra and do the kid sesh, maybe catch a playoff game, maybe hook up with the CEO. But I'll see you next year. Until then, Raider Nation, babe.
Next year? Dude, are you checking out already for the rest of this year? Or are you going to see me next week? Raider Mike. He's most fired up I've heard him in a long time. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. They a player away. They must have thought so because they made that big swing for Devontae. A player away, but I agree with him when it comes to Josh McDaniels. Don't put this all on him. Don't change coaches again. And luckily, Mark Davis does not have enough money to change coaches again, so that's not going to happen. The bigger question is, who is your quarterback? Who is your quarterback? And it sounds, it sounds more and more like it might be Bacon 45.